Oh, okay. We are live and ready. Oh, so maybe I'll wait for some of you. I will start talking. I can't tell from the setup. I have quite of a variety of things, and I would kind of say I have like a lemon thing going on. I have a lemon like juice jar. I also have lemon kombucha. If you don't like kombucha, I feel you. I used to not like it either. I have some moisturizing gel, some yogurt, and two face oils that I have with me. And off camera, you can't see it, but I have olive oil and I have some measuring cups and some tablespoons and some teaspoons. You're probably wondering what I'm going to make with all of these. That's a very good question. And to answer that, face masks. So, as you know, some things are reopening and some are not. And depending on where you live, small spas might be open and they might not be. But that shouldn't limit you from treating yourself. So I think it's important that everyone can make an at-home, easy, simple DIY face mask to just help them relax and just, treat their skin a little bit. And it's summertime, and I would say in California we have a dry summer, which means that the air is more dry, and in the season you want to like moisturize more. You definitely want to treat your skin a little bit better because it is going to dry out really fast. And if you're like in Florida, you have a humid summer, and so things are very humid in the air over there. So I would take a look at what your climate is and just kind of see how the air and atmosphere is around there. Because depending on that, you might want to do a different face mask because I'm doing two. I'm doing a lemon one and I'm doing a yogurt one. And the yogurt one is more moisturizing, but it's also going to help like tighten your skin and like tighten your pores. And the lemon one is definitely not as moisturizing. And I think personally it's a little bit on the drier side because we're using a lemon, as you see here. And you're going to have quite a few things. You're going to have, this one, it's using acids within inside of lemons, the AHAS and BHAS, which are two types of hydroxy acid that removes dead skin cells and help clears up blackheads, acne, and discoloration. So I knew that, and this is like a mask you're not supposed to do very often. I do know that. And so when you're using a lemon one, you should just be very careful of making sure that your skin's not as damaged. When you have a sunburn or if you have like tore skin, this might not be something you should do. But I'm definitely excited because I really want to tighten my pores because definitely during the summertime, my pores enlarge, which is normal. We're going to have that. So I'm going to start with the lemon one because I think that one is something I'm really excited for that I'm going to try. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I wasn't able to get all the seeds out, so I would double check your lemon. I mean, it's fine if there's seeds in there. I just personally don't want it. I guess like maybe if you're like rolling it over, might feel good. I don't know. So I'm going to grab out some of the seeds just to start off. There's not too many. I kind of dug through it, but I just saw some extra ones hiding deep in there. And I guess like if you wanted to, you could actually use a strainer. And when I mean a strainer, like you could put a strainer over the bowl, squeeze your lemon in, and it'll catch all the seeds, and you could dump that. That's actually a really smart idea. I didn't think of it. I was going to say the reason why I wasn't going to choose a strainer is because I wanted the pulp in it, and I realized I could still do that with the strainer. Yeah. Okay, so what you're going to need for this, and I'm going to try to tweak the recipe myself. And I'm not a dermatologist, so things go wrong. I'm going to tell you the recipe that you should follow, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do to probably make it better for my skin. So right now I have really, really dry skin, and during the summertime I try to get like a really moisturizing thing, which is what more of the yogurt is for, but it's also supposed to tighten it. So I've been slathering on different types of oils and moisturizers. Okay, so for this face mask, you are going to need 1/4 cup of olive oil, or sweet almond oil. And you can mix the juice with half a lemon and a tablespoon of honey. So I think we ran out of honey, which is why I grabbed something that's going to kind of act as a replacement. My family loves honey, and I think we used it all up in tea, I believe. So what I'm going to start with is the oil. And I put it off to the side because it's huge. Huge thing. So I'm not the only one who's going to be using this. So I'm going to make a little bit more than usual. And so instead of a fourth, I'm going to use a third. And I kind of have to do the math of what I should kind of change the rest to. So here we go, a third into the bowl. And here's my thing. When I heard oil, like I had a friend and she did an oil cleanse. And I definitely was like, oh no, that is not for me. Like that sounds like I'm going to break out and it's just going to make my skin really oily and uncomfortable. And Daisy said honey on pancakes equals yummy. I agree. If only we had some. You know, I was at the grocery market earlier, so just honey slipped my mind. But my friend doing an oil mask definitely kind of tipped me off just because it's weird. I'm naturally on the oilier side, if I'm going to expose myself, but I also have really dry skin. It's really weird. It's a weird combination. And so my friend said that this might work better because actually putting a lot of different oils on you can actually strengthen your skin, revive it, and then actually combat the oil from natural oiliness, which I didn't really understand, but I did try it. As you can see, I have two different things here. And it works great. I wake up and my skin's glowing. The problem is that your pillowcases are going to absorb the oil and it can kind of ruin it. And sometimes I'll put a towel down, and when I put a towel down, it just doesn't feel as nice sleeping on. So I don't do it every night, and you can do it every night. I was going to say you shouldn't, but you can. So we have 1/3 of olive oil, and this is again for the lemon one. And now we're going to put in the half of a lemon. So what I'm going to try to do first is squeeze it out with my hands, and then I'm going to put the pulp in. And the pulp is optional. You don't need to put it in. But just like how I like my lemonade, I assume I'll like my face mask like it. And I like pulp. It's debatable if it's an unpopular opinion or not, because I've met people who like the pulp, and I've met people who will not drink if it has pulp in it, which to each their own. Obviously one's right, which is, I'm kidding. To each their own. I just think if I'm going to squeeze a lemon, I'm going to utilize it to its fullest potential for this face mask. And a little fun fact about me is I used to eat lemons a lot. I crave them. I would wake up, usually on summer days, and I would just cut a lemon and just eat it. But it's really bad for your teeth, so my mom would beg me to stop. She was like, please, no. So I stopped. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, so this is the Jacquie technique, which is just taking your fork, your utensil, whatever you have. You know, you can use a pencil, you can use your nails. I think a fork might just be easiest. I'm just going to twirl it around like I'm trying to pick up pasta. And boop, boop, just drop it in there. Just like that. You can't see, but I am dropping it. I'm scraping the sides and I'm dropping it. And there's some big chunks, there's some little chunks. That's all right, you know? We like a variety of chunks in our face masks. We don't want it consistent. Ooh, that'll be the yogurt one. Actually, you can actually, I'm gonna put pulp in both of them. So actually, I'm gonna save it because I only brought half a lemon down. More of a fan of lemons, and I'm not saying this because we have a lemon tree and we had no oranges for the second mask, but even if I did have an orange, which you will come to quickly find out that that's what the recipe really told you could use. It said any fruit, but it said orange might be the best one to use. I thought we had oranges, but it was a lemon. It was just a really orange lemon. I promise it looked like an orange. So, okay, so we're going to mix the first layer together. There we go. And now we have olive oil, we have lemon in it, and lemon pulp. And the last thing I believe it was supposed to be is honey. Let's see. Yes, it was supposed to be a tablespoon of honey. So if you are trying to make this, it is half a lemon, 1/4 of oil, either olive oil or sweet almond oil, and then a tablespoon of honey. But we don't have a tablespoon of honey, so we're going to use these little base oils I use because I thought it'd be nice to kind of put them in there. So I believe this one's argan oil. No, it is coconut oil with acai Senegal in it. Probably did not pronounce that right. So I'm going to put in probably 2 full drops. Drop 2 of these. Do I know my measurements? Not quite. So I'm going to put this in. Which I'm going to do half. I'm going to do this to kind of combat the, no, you know what? 3 full squeezies in there. I'm going to do this because I think the honey was supposed to add that factor of like the softer oil and like kind of the sweetness and the tackiness. And this one's actually tacky. This one is very watery. And okay, so this one doesn't really have a name. It does. It's called Deep Hydration Serum. It's a B3 plus hyaluronic acid. I don't know. I just read it was really good. I personally like it. Again, it's, as you heard, it's very deep hydrating. So I put it on if it's like a very dry day or if I get sunburned or any of such of the sort. I will put this on. But this one's like water. Like you put it on, it just kind of like right into your face. So that's why I use this one for this lemon one. So I'm mixing it up. And I don't know if you can tell. You can't. It kind of looks like eggs. I promise it's not. But it's kind of like slime, but a little bit more watery. That's what I kind of like. So when I put this on, not yet, I'm going to use a popsicle stick, scoop it up, put it on my face, and that'll be that one for the first one. I'm going to put it on the floor. Some out of space. And now, because I crave lemon and I shouldn't eat it, I'm going to have some of my GT Dave's, not sponsored. Kombucha is really good. If you like citrusy, sour things, I recommend this. All right, next bowl. This one is the yogurt one. So the yogurt one is hydrating, but it also gives your face to make it tighter, and it goes tighter on the pores. So if you have large pores, it might be a good thing to do. And so, because we didn't have honey, I bought yogurt with honey in it. I don't know how that's going to work, and we're just going to have to really have some faith in yogurt. I think it'll be fine. I mean, I wanted to get the one with honey anyway because I really like to eat it with oats. So, it's going on my face, so it's going to have honey in it. I think that'll be fine. Let's smell. It smells good. Okay, so for this one, we are going to do 1 teaspoon of plain yogurt with juice from 1/4 slice of orange or your fruit choice, and some pulp, and a teaspoon of aloe. There we go. See, this sounds like to me hydrating. So again, depending on the day. These ones, and if you are not a cooking expert such as myself, really make sure you're doing a tablespoon and not a teaspoon. I was making cookies and I thought tablespoon and teaspoon were the same thing, and they're not. Teaspoon, see? I was gonna do a tablespoon. This is why you always check. So we're gonna do 1 of yogurt. Oh, it's satisfying. It's always satisfying when you're like the first one to just doesn't come up. Well, the yogurt's open and I just put a little hole in it. So we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of teaspoon. I'm so sorry, teaspoon. I always think they're the same thing. It doesn't make sense. As you see, my lemon is empty. We're all about adapting, overcoming. What is it? Overcome, adapt. So I probably got that out of order. Okay. We're going to open this. Some people like this, some people don't. It is lemon juice straight from plastic container. Okay, so it doesn't sound as good when you say it out loud. You should just use a lemon. But I like them. If I'm going to say the pros of it is just sometimes you want lemon water. And my friend put me on lemon water every day when you wake up. It helps with your digestive system, so like you digest things easier. And it's a good way to start my day. So I'm going to put some in my lemon. I'm not going to fill it to the top, but I'm going to guesstimate how much lemon juice I got from this by putting it into a half a slice. No, not into a half a slice. It is half a slice. Oh my goodness. All right, there we go. Yeah, I did half of a half because I'm trying to get a fourth. Quick maths. Probably incorrect maths. But what you should do is take a lemon, cut it in half, and cut it in half again, and just use the 1/4 slice to pour it in for the juice. Pretty sure I got this right because I eat lemons, and I'm therefore self-proclaiming myself as a lemon connoisseur. So I'm pretty sure that's what you would get from a quarter of a lemon slice. But because I love lemons so much, I'm going to put more. I love the smell. Yes. Everyone should have a spa day. As I said, people have been very stressed out lately. I know it has been for me and my friends because colleges are not really saying what they're going to do. They're kind of being very ambiguous and vague, and they're like, we will open, or will we? Will you live on campus, or will you not? Will classes be in person or online? And we don't know. And I want to say that's okay, but it's a little hard to plan around that. Okay. So now we're going to put in pulp. So we're going to do what we did last time and just kind of scrape it from the lemon. Yeah, so if you're stressed about it, just know if you are watching it or a parent of someone and you're trying to figure it out with your kid, it's all right. Your feelings are shared by thousands of other kids and families. I'm sorry that you have to go through it, but I'm sure we will figure it out one step along the way. So don't panic. Because I know I am. I'm mostly saying this to myself. It's okay, don't panic. I know a few people have told me that they might take the semester off. So if that is something you're interested in, I would say go for it. I took a gap year. It's kind of like a left swing. What is it? You swing to the left side of baseball. I don't know baseball yet. I think I'm downplaying my knowledge right now. But if you're on the edge of deciding whether or not to go to school, I would never say it's a bad idea to take some time off, explore yourself, find out what you want to do, go where you want to go if circumstances allow it, as in, the pandemic is, I wouldn't say over, but allows you more freedom to travel to places. If not, I know some people are having a major crisis, which means they don't know if they want to do the major they thought they wanted to do. This might be a chance to explore yourself. And I would say this time you should allow everyone, well, not everyone, but try to use the time to find something out about yourself. I know I have. I found out that I hate sitting at my computer for like 9 hours straight. But who doesn't? And I also found out that I like the Xbox more than I thought I did. I'm not saying I'm like a gamer girl or anything, but I do enjoy it. And then we've had it for a while, mostly for my brother, but my friend convinced me to play some games. I thought that was fun. So, giving gaming a shot. All right, so we have the pulp in. Oh, okay, here's my favorite part. We are going to put in aloe vera. Aloe vera, I think aloe vera is great for everything. like sunburns, red skin. If you have redness, just a little fun fact, take some aloe vera, put it on your face, and it helps with your redness. Personally, makes my skin feel a lot smoother, and it always helps to like cool myself down, and I really like that. So we're gonna put in, I also believe, a teaspoon of aloe vera, and this is moisturizing aloe vera from Trader Joe's. And I really like this because if you're coming out or in from outside and your face is really hot and your skin is really irritated from the sun and you just want to cool down, you slap some of this on and you feel revived. Okay. Oh, it also kind of like leaves your face a little tight. I kind of like that, you know? All right, so we're going to put in 1 teaspoon as well. Okay, that's what I thought. Squeeze. Here we are. Nice. Smells good. And don't. Here we are. The rest in there. Put that to the side, and my own personal additive will be the B3 Plus Serum. Hyaluronic, not hydro. I assumed hydro because it said hydrating and, hydro water. And I'm just going to put in just, let's say about 5 drops. There we go. And now we mix. And you know what? We're just going to see it work. Now this one is chunky, like really, really chunky. So unlike the oil one, I don't know why I'm calling it oil, the lemon one, because it has oil and lemon juice in it, it's definitely a much more watery consistency. And this one is definitely like thicker, a little bit chunkier because I put a lot more pulp in this one. And the yogurt and the aloe vera kind of makes it a little bit more together. Okay, so I have 2 of them to use. I'm deciding which one I should because this one smells better. I like the one that one smells. This one smells like Olive Garden, which is never a bad thing. I love Olive Garden. It reminds me of breadsticks. So I think we're gonna do this one. And to do it on camera or off is the question. But before I get anywhere, I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about the scholarship that Pandia Health is offering. It is a scholarship to help people who may be in a tough financial situation at the moment and would like to either receive free birth control or a doctor consultation, or even both. It is actually, if you go to Pandia Health Instagram, there's a link tree and you will find the scholarship. It should be the 3rd one down from the top. And you can apply to it. We are constantly checking, and I think it is definitely a worthy investment to look into and to share with your friends. We also have blogs on our Pandia website that you should read. A lot of them are very entertaining, and they can answer some questions that you have and might be unsure of. Like, you should know that like people who are writing this are females who know what it's like to have a period or have these strange questions, which leads me to our TMI Tuesdays YouTube videos that we have on our YouTube channel. Yes, we have a YouTube channel, and yes, our CEO will answer questions people ask, and they're called, as I said earlier, TMI Tuesdays. So they're questions that you might be a little too embarrassed to ask your doctor, or you just don't really know who to ask, and so you can find some of these questions on YouTube. And I personally like them because they're questions I never think about, and I'm like, oh, you know what? That's a very valid question. And so I like to learn something new about it. So there's a lot of things you can find on Pandia Health's website, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube that I would highly recommend checking out. We just started a TikTok, and if you're in for like short clips that are humorous, I would definitely check that out. Trying to start this thing called Embarrassing Period Stories because I think it should be normalized to talk about your periods and like sometimes the accidents that happen, because I think a lot of people want to say like they never had an accident and that they were always like well prepared. And to those who are, like, congrats, like that's something I wish I could have done, but I myself have experienced quite a few accidents where it's a little embarrassing. But I would like to share them because I think it's good to laugh at yourself. I think it's good for you to like always be able to take a little joke here and there about yourself, because I know sometimes me, when I like talking about my embarrassing stories, I'm kind of like, not as funny, but they are funny. And once you learn to let that go, I think you feel a lot more comfortable. So yeah, I would check that out. I would try to show you how to do it, but last time I tried showing the screen, it turned out blank and white and over contrasted because it doesn't really work out. So we're going to try to put this face mask on. Yes, sir. Okay. Should have worn a different shirt. I'm going to take a popsicle stick. And you're like, aren't you wearing makeup? Not on my nose. So we're going to put it on my nose. Yes. Okay. This is a lot harder to grab. I might just use my fingers. Yeah, I'm going to use my fingers. Okay. And I'm using the yogurt one on my nose. Why, you may ask? Because I heard it tightens your pores. And what did I want? Tighter pores. So that's why I'm putting it on my nose. Feels really relaxing. Can't really see it. I promise it's on me. I mean, you can kind of see it. It's white, lemony. It feels good. So I'm going to leave this on for 5 minutes. Shouldn't leave it on for too long. Actually, no. This one's the 15-minute one. Yes? 20 minutes. So I'm going to leave this on for 20 minutes, and I will update you guys, not now, but at another time, definitely for sure, and tell you how it worked out. I mean, I really like how it feels. I'm not even lying. Like, it's cold. Makes me feel, because it's really hot today where I live in California, and I'm loving it. I love how it feels. So we'll get like a little close-up. No, you won't, but thank you so much for watching. Bye.